Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Rising. What's up, guys? Hope you're doing well. We're going to do a love reading today, taking a look at what is going on with the person who you were dealing with. Remember, though, it is a general reading, so it won't be for everyone, unfortunately. Take what fits and leave the rest. However, if you are interested in personal readings, I have a half-price sale on at the moment until the end of the month. Okay, I do like where this is going, Scorpio, but there's maybe been a bit difficulty with getting it to this place, or some hesitancy with the person we've been dealing with. The overall energy of the reading is the Eight of Pentacles. I do get someone here because the main focus is the Empress and the Knight of Wands, the more physical or casual energy with that Knight of Wands, versus love and forward progress with the Empress. But so we've got a more physical or casual connection, potentially that could have had a sort of hot and cold, or the person you runner chaser dynamic, or the person you've been dealing with is kind of avoidant or pulls back. I don't think they tend to avoid conversation or action if it relates to something more serious. So I think there's a frustration on your end with dealing with them because they never get down to business or the serious stuff, or there's been a lack of this Eight of Pentacles of stability and forward progress, or a focus on something deeper and where the connection is going. But thankfully that is showing up now. I do feel this, although the energy between the two of you feels generally positive, I do feel that they've kind of given you the runaround a bit. But there is a focus on that Empress energy in the number 3 of growth and progress. Challenges and issues in the situation is the Five of Swords, so conflict. This person has a very avoidant nature, particularly when it comes to emotions or offering something more solid. Some of that Five of Swords energy can as well be where the connection is sort of it's coming together, then it comes apart, we get frustrated, they maybe stop communicating for a little while, then they come back in, kind of going around in circles a little bit. And we've got the Four of Wands here, the energy to do with things coming together, stability, but also long-term commitment or something deeper than just the physical or casual side of things of that Knight of Wands. But the predominant energy of the reading is the Eight of Pentacles. So stability or forward progress towards this Four of Wands energy that hasn't been available previously. Tell me about this person's intentions. We've got the Two of Pentacles. We've got the Ten of Swords. So they're going to stop avoiding this or holding it back. The Two of Pentacles is the energy of giving something a chance or an opportunity. So it's more about them stopping running away from something serious. What are their actions showing up as? There has to be an energy there as well with that Two of Pentacles and the Ten of Swords, where this person is starting to get a little bit worried that they could lose you for good. But I'm kind of like, why are they so avoidant when it comes to the serious stuff, or commitment? Why do they run away from that? But they're giving it a chance. They're giving it an opportunity. But I still think some of their issues around either giving up being single or fully committing are not 100% dealt with. Their actions are showing up as the World card and the Three of Pentacles, but they are trying. which is good. So they're trying to offer you something more solid, something more tangible, trying to grow up a bit and be more mature. On the positive side of things, at least with the World card and the Three of Pentacles, there's direct progression from the 2 to the 3. But there's also an energy there where at least they are aware of their issues or how they tend to. Because I think this person is fine if a connection is more casual or physical, but once they start to feel something deeper, they kind of run away from that. But they don't want to run away from it any longer. And at least with the Eight of Pentacles is the energy sometimes of self-work, working on ourselves. So they're aware of those issues. They don't want to lose you, and they're trying to overcome them. And they're trying to not run away from this again and to really give it a shot. But I would say the phrase is a work in progress. Let's see where the energy goes to. Because they're showing up in a way that they haven't previously. There feels to be a more serious conversation as well here. We've got the Chariot, Justice, and the Page of Wands. So a new start or beginning between the two of you, where instead of your energy either they're pulling away or your energy's not working in tandem towards this Four of Wands, there's a new start and beginning between the two of you where there's equal effort, both of you working together with that energy of the Chariot and it moving towards the energy of Justice, Libran energy, an actual relationship, a balanced one with those skills there. So this kind of avoidant person, I think this must be coming down to the Five of Swords energy where something has happened where they're worried about actually losing you and they recognize that they need to grow up and they need to give this a proper chance or that's it. It's kind of done and dusted. So it allows that energy to move into the Empress. I feel like I was maybe a little bit harsh on them because although they're a work in progress and the issues are not fully resolved, it does seem with the Chariot and Justice that those will be overcome. But I would say this is kind of a classical case, could potentially be someone who has a bit of a reputation with the Knight of Wands, but someone who is comfortable if it's casual or just physical. But there seems to be an issue here because they've got commitment issues. And I say this is kind of like a cliched thing, or a lot of the time isn't true, where someone is like, if they actually feel a deeper emotional connection, that scares them and they kind of run away. Because it's a sort of nice excuse that some people give. But with this person, it does seem to be that that is kind of the case. So the more intensely they feel it on an emotional or deeper level, the more they kind of pull away or fight against that. But they're recognizing that they could lose you. So they're giving this a real shot or an opportunity to try and move towards this Three of Pentacles and the Four of Wands between the two of you. So there is forward progress in the situation that hasn't been available previously, which does seem to be leading later down the road to an actual commitment and relationship between the two of you in a traditional sense. But it's more about them taking the next step or overcoming their challenges or resistance to that first before it gets to that point. But it does seem to be moving in that direction at least. So a lot of this will come down to the Eight of Pentacles energy and justice in terms of the laws of cause and effect. Every action has an equal reaction. What are they really giving to the situation in a physical and more mature and direct way? But it does seem to come out in the direction that we want finally. Anyway, guys, that is your reading. I hope you enjoyed it and it resonated. If you did, don't forget to like and subscribe. Remember, though, it is a general reading, so take what resonates and leave the rest. However, if you would like some specific information and answers to your own individual situations, you can check out the sale on personal readings in the description box below. Cheers.